For the past couple of months, I have been away. I think it was something that had been building for a long time now. The election really did knock me off my axis, and I was trying to remain hopeful, but it all started to feel pointless. Why should I be reviewing movies when nobody reads what I write? Why should I work so hard on a podcast that nobody listens to? I don't know these people, even if they do read what I write, listen to my podcast, or watch my YouTube videos. And these people don't know me. And I'm not present enough online to make a real impact. I'm not popular enough for people to miss me. I was doing all of this work for such little recognition that I might as well have been shouting into the void. And that is exactly what it felt like. Like I was shouting into the void and losing my voice doing it. Then I lost myself. Before I left, I was feeling numb. I was feeling envious of other people, my fellow colleagues, peers, creators, who kept working and making content. Their consistency and resilience built these incredible platforms that brought them so many cool opportunities. I watched their effort compounded to these things that I wish I had. I was sincerely proud of them, but I was also jealous, angry, and bitter. I felt like such a loser, and I still do sometimes. How can you be upset that your friends are doing well? I would tell myself, scolding this ugly part of myself that ate away at any joy I felt. I was so caught up in wanting their clout that it paralyzed me. Why should I even try if I'm not getting the same numbers and engagement they're getting? I kept telling myself that I wasn't as good as them. I wasn't as funny as them. I was nothing compared to them. I was just a pretender, a faker, and nobody wants to be around someone like that. I didn't frame it as a short break or tell myself that I'd be back soon. I gave up and left. I had wanted to stop for a long time now. I was getting so discouraged every time I saw how little I received for the amount of work I put in. It fucking killed me bit by bit. I took TikTok being acquired by Oracle and the changing political landscape as my way to freedom, as my permission to give up and let go. One day I stopped posting. I would no longer present myself to the world and go back to being a nobody. I couldn't bear to listen to myself talk or look at my own face any longer. And it didn't feel like anything when I did. It was weird, like shedding skin, but it wasn't like a huge weight off my shoulders or anything like that. I couldn't even go on TikTok or Twitter for a long time. I just hid away and made new accounts. I ignored my old accounts and started to pretend they didn't exist. The worst part is that it didn't feel like anyone noticed I was gone. Nobody reached out, and I don't think I really expected anyone to. A few people said they had meant to reach out when I eventually contacted them first, and I realized that people always do this to me. It felt so much more isolating than if nobody had said anything at all. As I stepped away, I realized things about myself. Number one, I am so desperate for external validation. Not just someone saying good job, but getting it constantly. I used to screenshot creators I loved whenever they interacted with my content, and I kept those screenshots like trophies. Proof that I was doing something right. But then I would feel empty again. I was always looking for more to fill, to satisfy my ego, but I was never full. I was always searching and searching and searching and starved for more. I hated being seen, but I wanted to be seen so badly. And if enough people didn't see me or interact with me, I would want to delete everything I ever made. Without posting, I just went back to being quiet. I held my opinions in and kept my emotions to myself. After a while, I realized that most of my content did well when I was angry, when I had a bold opinion, but that anger started to dissipate. I wanted to make a whole video about things I hated. Like, for example, I worked on a video about the movie One Battle After Another for 4 months, but every time I tried to record it, I hated listening to my own voice. All of my opinions sounded so novel and fucking elementary. I cringed at the way I talked, and I compared myself to other video essayists who had been doing this longer than me. I would get up from my desk, mad I wasn't smarter and more eloquent. I hated myself for not being them. I hated watching them upload videos while I couldn't even finish editing something I had recorded over and over and over again. But some good things happened in that time. I reconnected with my faith. I fell back in love with baking. I started a new career. Things started to feel different, and I started to wonder if things could actually stay different. If I could go back, if I could come back and do this again. Because before I was doing all of this for attention. I want to be on red carpets. I want to be the one interviewing celebrities and landing sponsorships. And now I just want to make a good life. Sometimes I think I'm not popular enough to even have a real audience. I feel like the people who followed me and watched me don't actually care. They don't actually want to know me or hear me. They don't see me. I'm nothing but a small person in their phone who gave up. The jester stopped dancing, so who cares, right? But here is the thing, I do want to come back. Maybe not all at once, but I want to try again. I know what I'm like. Once I start posting again, I'll get caught up in my ego, low self esteem, the constant comparison, and disappointment for low engagement. So there is a part of me that doesn't want to come back at all. But I've seen a lot of good movies recently, and I need to talk to them about somebody. I need to talk about them with someone. I remember walking out of I Love Boosters with tears streaming down my face, and I was so touched by the message and completely rocked by how incredible this movie was, and I couldn't tell a single person in my own life about it. Nobody in my real life would have gotten it the way that I needed them to get it. And that is the whole reason why I started doing this in the first place. I wanted to build a community, no matter how small, just to talk about movies with, to share my opinions, have someone share theirs back. But I kept trying and trying to get people to respond, to follow, to like me, and it never felt like enough people did. I felt slighted by every effort I made. I had been doing this for years, and I kept thinking, surely by now, something would click. Why not me? Why isn't it my turn? I've been doing this for years, and it felt like it should have happened for me by now. But now, I just want to talk. I want to share my opinions and write and try again and see what happens next. So, here I am.